guys and gals, Never here from Drakewing Gaming. It's Something Mouse Word of the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you to the Let's Play episode of Tennis Ace, June's Path. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. May 21st. Okay, there we go. June. Okay. There we go. Alright.
Good idea. Maybe we should.
Arishihara usually uses his lunch break to eat and study alone at the library. He'll probably have his phone turned off.
Huh? He does? How do you know that?
Because I talk to people and I ask them things. Besides, he barely has any friends outside of us and he doesn't have lunch with us because of the grade difference. What did you think he was doing?
I don't know. I never really thought about it.
Of course you didn't. You and Yuichi both have your heads up in the clouds after all.
Hey, why are you bringing me into this?
You're the one who said to call him. Clearly you didn't know either.
I mean...
I give up. Even though Sai and I are doing the best we can to try and steer the conversation back to normality, even Shuichi's working against us for some reason. With him and June just stare into space with blank expressions and refuse to engage at all. The mood around us is gloomier than it has ever been before. It's like a heavy dark shroud hanged above us the entire time. Just thinking about it, I could feel shivers running up my spine every now and again. A few hours later, I sit in silence, staring at June scribbling something down on his notebook without saying a word. The bell rang a few times ago, and yet he's still copying down the information that was written down on the board. A lot of students have already cleared out of the classroom, heading to their respective clubs now that the club activities have resumed. I myself should be heading to my own right now, as should June, but I really want him to head home right now. Today has just made me feel really uneasy in general. I can't quite put my finger on why. Eventually, he finishes his copy and begins silently packing his things away in his bag. I suppose you're going home now, right? Want me to walk you to the gate before I head to practice?
No need. I'm gonna practice a little in the music room. What? But you should
Before I can even finish speaking, the look on his face makes me bite down on my tongue. June getting legitimately mad isn't something that happens often, so seeing such an angry look on his face catches me by surprise.
Won't you stop that? How many times do I need to tell you that it's fine? I'm just worried about you. You look really pale and weak. You barely even touched your food at all, and you look like you're in pain. I look like I'm in pain? How would you even tell? You don't even know what I'm feeling. Well, maybe, but not. Well, maybe not, but I'm not a child. I'm perfectly capable of taking care of myself.
He nearly jumps out of the chair and onto his feet. Almost immediately, his knees buckle. I try reaching out to grab him, but he slams his hand down on his table and stabilizes himself, pushing me away.
It's fine. I just got up too fast and got a little dizzy. Why are you being so stubborn? You're clearly not fine. You're the complete opposite of fine. You've looked like you were about to drop since this morning, and you just keep getting worse. Even your lips are turning white. They are?
He reaches with his hand towards his face, hesitantly touching his lip with the tip of his middle finger. Oh, there you go. Water time. Okay. As if he could see the color of his lips by touching it.
Yes, they are. You're obviously not doing well. Stop being so fucking stubborn and making trouble for everyone else. Go get some... Get some goddamn rest before I have to drag you by the tail.
June sits back down in his chair, all the energy completely draining from his face. His shoulders sag as he hunches forward, looking down at his feet.
Okay. Okay, wait, really? Just like that? I'll do whatever you say. What the hell did I say that worked this well? Was it the threat of dragging him by the tail?
I need to remember this for future reference.
That's surprisingly agreeable of you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be such a pain in the ass. I'm not going to say that it's fine, but we'll work on it. Just be a little more mindful of your health. Right.
So, you're being serious, right? You'll do what I say?
Yeah.
Man, you don't look happy about it at all.
I'm not, but I don't want to cause problems either.
And you won't snap at me for telling you to rest?
I promise I won't.
Alright. Huh. This turned out pretty quick. This turned around pretty quickly. Good job, me?
I don't want to see you looking so down, though. Is there anything I can do to help cheer you up? You're asking me that after threatening to drag me away against my will? I didn't think you looked so sad when I finally got you to agree with me. I'm not sad, just a little upset.
That's the same thing.
Why are you being so stubborn? Why are you being stubborn anyway? Well, I need to keep practicing for my next competitions. If I mess up now, I'll lose my opportunity to go to Germany forever.
So you're just gonna work yourself until you drop? How's that healthy?
Is this why you look so worn out? Did you rest at all during the weekend? You looked fine when I left you on Friday. I was okay, I suppose. Last week was really tiring and stressful for me, but I managed to keep it together until the end of the exams. I didn't realize just how much strain I put on my body until I got home and could rest. As soon as I dropped my guard and relaxed, it hit me hard and started flaring up again. Flaring up? No matter what you say, no one should be this frail. A single week of school exams shouldn't be all it takes to make you this weak. Did you even sleep or eat at all over the weekend? Of course I did. Really? What's with the questioning? I swear I'm not lying. If you say so. I'm still very suspicious, though. This guy's already shown a complete disregard for his health or his limits. Part of me can't help but think that he spent most of the weekend glued to the piano like the dumbass that he is. Man, I'm salty right now. Come on, we should get going. Do you need help to get up? I'm fine. If you say I'm fine one more time, I swear I'm going to smack you so hard you won't be able to sit properly for a week. Where are you going to be smacking? Even if it's just for a second, June gives me a standard June-esque answer. Just that is enough to bring a smile to my face. Don't come close to me. I don't like that look on your face. Don't worry, I'm not really going to hit you. Oh, thank God. Wait, where are we going to begin with? Take him to... We're swinging by the doctor's office real quick, so you can get checked. Huh? We are? Why? Why there? There's no need. You can't seriously look me in the eye and tell me there's no need. You're pale and can barely stay standing. But... didn't you say you were going to do whatever I told you to do? Yes. Don't pout at me. You're the one who agreed to do this, and I don't plan on letting you back down on your promise. All right. I walk up to him, bending my knees slightly so I'm eye level with him. What are you doing? Letting you hold onto my shoulder for support. I don't want to risk you falling. You're making a big deal out of nothing. I can walk there just fine. The doctor's office is on the other side of campus, and you're wavering and swaying while standing still. There's no way I'm letting you walk there without help. Fine. Hesitantly, the tiger reaches out for me. At first, he barely touches my shoulder with the tip of his fingers, almost as if he's afraid to really hold on. For God's sake! What? I grab his arms and pull him towards me, making it so his arm is properly wrapped around my shoulder and neck. I then reach down with my arm and hold it around his waist, squeezing him tightly. This is a little excessive. This way I can support you if anything happens. I don't want to take any chances. But it's embarrassing. I look around, seeing a few of the students that stayed behind in the class looking at us slack-jawed. I suppose we haven't been the quietest thus far. I guess there's nothing that can be done about it. June's gaze is locked on them, his face bright red despite his overall paleness. I just let them look, it's not a big deal. For you... I quickly crack the door open, sticking my head in to peer inside. Once I see the place is empty, I finish opening the door the rest of the way and walk inside. There's no one here. June follows right behind me. He stubbornly refused to lean on me after a few people gave us pointed stares on the way over, and instead we settled for me leading him while he held me by the wrist. How dangerously close this was to holding hands, even I was a little bit embarrassed, except he didn't seem to mind much. Well, we tried. Yeah, he's probably gone home by now. Might as well do the same. Excuse me. He lets go of my wrist and tries to walk away, but I quickly grab his arm and drag him right back. You stay right where you are. I swear to all that is holy, I will not be held responsible for what I might do to you. Trat. It's too early for him to have gone home. He's probably gone to fetch something or just went someplace else for a bit. He'll be back soon. Do we really have to stay here? Yes. Oh. Almost as if on cue, the doctor appears by the door, holding a steaming cup of coffee. He freezes by the door for a second before coming inside and setting his coffee on a nearby table. I fancy seeing you again, Kobayashi. Again? I shoot the tiger a confused look and his eyes immediately go wide. When was it that you had to come here before? You know, back when you brought me over that one day after piano rehearsal? I seem to have a vague recollection of that happening before, but he looks way too fidgety. I don't buy it even for a second, but I'll bite my tongue for now. Making sure he's okay is my #1 priority at the moment, and I'd rather not pile on extra stress on him. I can yell at him all I want after. The doctor looks between the two of us with a blank look on his face, walking up to a drawer and pulling out some tools and a notepad from inside. All right, what seems to be the burden? Well... He keeps looking away and fidgeting, almost like he's trying to avoid saying it. But not saying it won't make it any less true, so there's no real point in staying silent either. I mean, for God's sake, the man is a doctor, just tell him already. The doctor quickly glances at me, watching me intently for a few seconds. Michimaya, could you wait outside for a bit? Huh? Pardon? It's best to have privacy for doctor visits. Would you feel comfortable discussing private medical matters in front of your friends,
Despite the deadpan tone to his voice, his words are very empathetic and kind. June's eyes light up like fireworks when he hears the hyena's words, clearly very happy with them, his lips nearly quirking up into the first genuine smile I've seen from him all day. Fine. I step outside, walking up to the opposite wall and letting my back lean against it. I feel my entire body shivering, originating from the center of my spine and traveling all the way to my extremities. It's such an unpleasant feeling that it makes me wrap my arms around myself in an attempt to make myself smaller. Why do I feel so uneasy? I wonder what those two are going to be discussing in there. Is it really that bad for me to know? June, why do you seem to keep shutting me out at the most important times? Do you really not trust me? No, don't get caught up in thinking about this kind of crap. If I get psyched out right now, June is bound to notice it. For how clueless and silly he is most of the time, he's surprisingly perceptive to other people's feelings and lets them affect his mood greatly. If I let him notice me feeling this way, I am guaranteed to make him feel worse. I really don't want that. Oh, Yuichi-san? And my attention is brought back to reality once a familiar voice calls out to me. When I look up, I see a hare's face staring down at me with worry. At some point, I apparently let myself slide down the wall until I was sitting on the floor and hugging my knees. Ugh, how lame can I be? I was wondering why you weren't at practice yet. Don't tell me you're skipping on the first day back from recess. He looks around, his eyes finally falling upon the plate saying medical room. His face is surprisingly blank when he notices it, but I can see his left eyebrow twitching a little when he sees it. Are you alright? Like putting two and two together, his mind probably jumps to the most obvious conclusion, that I'm somehow in need of medical care. He's pretty quick on the uptake for a guy his age. Geez, how's everyone around me so dang sharp and intuitive so often? Or maybe is it just me who is dense? Maybe this sort of thing is just the expected bare minimum. Man, wouldn't that be a doozy? Yuichi-san, hello. Oh, sorry, I guess I'm spacing out a lot more today. June wasn't feeling so well, so I brought him here to get checked up on. It wasn't easy convincing him to come. Oh, I see. Alright, y'all, I'm actually gonna pause it right there. It's late, I'm tired, I'm gonna head off. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!